because everybody was very happy that 30 million per constituency is going to be added in their constituency, 50 million to every constituency, Honorable Speaker. Then it means that, and considering the tax base and our taxes going back into the years, then it means, Honorable Minority Leader, that there was need for us to expand our tax base so that we get that money that you need for development. The other day, Honorable Speaker, a member here raised the issue with the intern teachers. Intern teachers who were suspended the other day, and some who are on contractual basis and need to be employed on permanent basis. Honorable Speaker, that needs money. Our collection is not sufficient to meet the 4 trillion budget that was read in this House, Honorable Speaker. Then that raises some questions, Honorable Speaker, in this House. What do we do? Do we raise, do we continue borrowing? Do we raise our borrowing ceiling, Honorable Speaker, and start looking for money from the external sources? No. We need to expand our tax base, but not at the expense of Kenyans. We expand our it's actually a double benefit. We expand our tax base while focusing on manufacturing and local production of our things, Honorable Speaker. And I will single out two things, two very important factors, Honorable Speaker. What this report by the Finance Committee proposes is to increase the excise duty of China or other countries. That excise duty is going to be increased on only fully assembled motorcycles. What does that mean? Or finished product. What does that mean? The locally assembled motorcycles here will have a competitive price against those ones. Factories will have increased in our industries here, in the industrial area. People will want to assemble the factories for motorcycles at industrial area. Then that means we will grow our employment that we promised our people. It will have created jobs in this country. That is a positive, Honorable Speaker. Number two, Honorable Speaker, this report by the Finance Committee proposes to increase excise duty on imported table eggs, Honorable Speaker. I mean, it doesn't make sense, and I don't see Honorable Clive here, who is a good poultry farmer. He's got over 10,000 chicks that he rears in his farm and sells eggs across Gusii region, Honorable Speaker. And he can tell you, his competitors get eggs from Uganda. His competitors get eggs, import eggs from Tanzania. What does this report propose, Honorable Speaker? This report proposes to increase excise duty on the eggs imported from those neighboring countries so that we can be able to grow our local market, our local farmers, Honorable Speaker, in Muranga and including Honorable Gisairo, who is a poultry farmer, Honorable Speaker. Then on the positive side, this very report removes the excise duty on the eggs that are brought for hatchery. The eggs that are brought for production, not table eggs. When fertile eggs, and I'm being guided by Honorable Owen Bayer, they're called fertile eggs. I hope you're right. So, Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, when we are debating on this report, it's important for us to also be very factual and tell Kenyans the truth. You cannot say that, on the other hand, you want Kenyans or this government to look for jobs or to create jobs, and on the other hand, you want to continue encouraging importation of goods. Can you imagine, Honorable Speaker, up to this time and era, we are still depending on sanitary pads and diapers from India and China. What does this report do? Increases excise duty on the finished product of the sanitary pads and finished product of diapers to grow the local manufacturers. That was the proposal by the Kenya Manufacturers Association, because they also complained. We listened to them, the committee listened to them, to grow them here. Have we ever asked yourself here?
Mzamo, what is your point of order and on what standing order?
Standing order number 83, Mheshimiwa Speaker. Mwenzangu amekuwa akizungumza akikadiria ule ugavi ambao umetolewa katika finance bill, Mheshimiwa Spika. Ametaja ugavi ambao unakuja kwa viti vya kina mama na ule ambao umekwenda kwa wabunge. Mheshimiwa Spika, ukipiga hesabu ugavi huu milioni 500 unaenda kwa wananchi, sio kwa viti vya kina mama. Unaenda kwa wananchi, wanaenda kupewa mambo ya empowerment ili waweze kukuza uchumi. Mheshimiwa Spika, pale ni mambo inaenda katika ukuzaji. Lakini zile pesa ambazo sisi tunauliza Mheshimiwa Spika ni zile ambazo zimeenda kwa makadirio ambayo hayaleti uchumi juu, ni mambo ya starehe. Kwa hiyo Mheshimiwa Osoro, usiweze kudanganya wananchi ukasema wameletewa milioni 500 wakati mkono wa pili umechukua mabilioni. Mheshimiwa Spika, asante sana.
That is an argument. That is an argument. Go on.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I was really struggling to understand what she was saying. But what ideally I meant when I said about the 500 million and 10 billion by NGCDF, I meant that...
I have ruled her out of order. Proceed
okay.
with the argument.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. So what I am saying, Honorable Speaker, is that it is important for us not to just whip emotions and talk populist politics at the expense of manufacturers that are setting pace in industrial, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, this is very important, Honorable Speaker. Looking at the argument by my colleagues, and even going by the report that has been proposed, Honorable Speaker, by the committee, even in this proposal that has been reduced and some other duties that have been dropped or proposals that have been dropped, there is a ripple effect on our budget. Then that means we lose about 53 billion in terms of estimates. The question this House should be asking itself, to which vote do we drop that 53 million? Do we drop by the 10 billion from the NGCDF? Do we drop 500 million from the NGAF amount? Or do we drop 15 billion that was allocated, extra 15 billion that was allocated to the counties? That should be the question that we should be talking about. But all these other stories and people complaining and raising issues unnecessarily, Honorable Speaker, it is actually wrong. Let's restrict ourselves to the report. This is not politics. You all know this is very important for this country, and it has an effect to our growth and the growth of our common mwananchi. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, and for that reason, I support the report.
Rachel Nyamai.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me an opportunity to contribute